What is up, fellow travelers? Aaron the Old Man Gamer here, and we are back with some more low-sodium game time featuring Dark Souls 3. So, we left off in the Irithyll Dungeon last time, so we went back to the bonfire, took a trip back to Firelink, so we're going to be heading back down into this thing. We unlocked a shortcut, so we're going to be heading back that way. So let's see, where is that jailer? Okay, the jailer's heading back that way. So there's two of them over here. So we're going after this one. That one's not going to come after us just yet. So we're just going to go over here and let these hollows come out. I think that's it for them. Where's this guy at? Oh, he's over on the other side. So we're headed that way. So we're going to do the drop down. We're going to avoid all that other stuff because we're going to get through this one jailer, let him come closer so we can whack him really fast, and then run over to our left. And then drop down to the shortcut. Here, Mr. Jailer. Righty then. That's that. You don't have to worry about these other guys coming after us because they're sort of spatially triggered. Just drop down here. I'm going to take a little damage, but that's okay. So this right here is a spell. We're not going to go grab it because I don't really use miracles, and that is a miracle. I think it's Lightning Blade. But as I said, miracles not our thing. I've only ever used them for healing, and even then, it's very, very rare that I actually use it. So, what we're going to do here, so there's 8 or so jailers in this area, and they're all walking around in a circle around this giant pillar in the middle of the room. So what we're going to do is wait till they come around, pick our spots, and just sort of whittle them down little by little. So we're going to try to avoid their, I guess, their debilitation attack, which will reduce our hit points down to almost nothing. It also causes us to fat roll. How are we doing? See, I have some daggers. We can try to lure one or more of them over. But I found that picking your spots is usually a good idea. So occasionally I'll use pyromancies on them because it seems to be effective. Let's see. Hey, buddy. Yeah, come over here. Just by yourself. Don't bring your friends. Yeah, we still got hit by that debilitation attack, but what we want to do is make sure that these guys can't swarm us. Because one of the things about these guys when they swarm you, it's not just their debilitation attack, because they can stun lock you with that brand. Okay, so we're doing pretty good, even though we've gotten our health knocked down to very little. We can always S this up a little bit. So what we want to do is avoid getting caught in a situation where we have more than one of them coming after us, because they will chase you all the way up to that elevator. Let's see, looks like there's a stray one at the back. So we're going to try to get that one to come over here. And then we'll smack him with our big sword. And then we'll worry about the other three. So the worst thing you could do with them is try to get up in them when there's a group of them together. You might hit one of them, but unless you have some kind of wide sweeping attack that could take out a lot of them at once, you're not going to have a good time. Okay, that's that one. So right here is the Alva set. Let's grab that while we're here, just run back over before these guys see us. So the Alva set is basically what that invader we fought earlier was wearing. So it's a pretty decent suit of armor. It's not bad in terms of how it performs. Most armor is kind of the same. The amount of damage absorption you get is kind of situational, because one of the things about this game is that when you have physical damage, it's pretty easy to predict how much you're going to take, but unfortunately a lot of enemies have multiple damage types associated with them, so not just physical but like fire or magic or dark or something to that effect. Let's see if this guy is. Well, luckily, he stopped doing his attacks. When their lantern glows like that, that's when they're doing it to you. But luckily, it decided to stop because it de-aggroed on us and decided to go back to the other people. So let me see. We still got those two over there. I'm hopeful that we could separate one of them off rather than have to fight both of them at the same time. Because trying to fight both of them at the same time can lead to some really bad results. And we're not about that kind of life. So they're over on the other side. Now, you would think that running over that way into that passageway would be good. Unfortunately, I think they can hear your footsteps on the other side of the wall, and they can still hit you with a debilitation attack. So I've tried it before, and it didn't work. And the best time to do it is when you have them whittled down to only one or two of them left. Because, frankly, if you try to run out there when there's 8 of them floating around, you're going to get seen and they're going to come after you. Because all they have to do is see you before they do their debilitation attack. Now they're grouping up together. Let's see if we can lure one of them. Okay. Hello. Goodbye. Let's see, what did you drop? Oh, I dropped the brand. So, I'm gonna wait till our health comes up a little bit. Because I would go after him, but there is another jailer right over there. There's a passageway to your right, and down the middle of the passageway. I don't know if you can see him. So Carla is in there. We need a key to unlock it. So there is a jailer in there. See? So if we don't be careful, that jailer can hit us with the debilitation attack too. So we're going to try to sneak up on this other guy. We're going to wait till he comes over here, whack him a couple times, and then we'll deal with the guy in the corridor. So that shiny over there is an ember. We've got a bunch of those weird dragon people thingies inside this area to your left. So we've still got plenty of stuff to fight in here. So normally with this many things to fight, you would think this would be a good farming area, but it's not, because it takes so long to do anything, and the chances of you dying are really, really high. Righty, that's that bunch. Here's another simple gem. Ember. So we are going to go this way. So this right here is a mimic. It'll drop some Titanite scales. I don't usually go after that until much later because, frankly, those scales are for weapons that I don't generally use. So I tend to leave that alone. Some Xanthus ashes. There's a ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to go this way, open this door up, and go for the shiny that's in here, which is the Profane Coal. Will allow us to use Dark Infusions. Oh, damn it. Okay, buddy. Okay, it's the Tail Spear. The Profane Coal. Let's see. A couple other of these guys over here. There's one more over here. It's kind of like a bile attack, I guess. Let's see. Over there's a couple rats that we came in. Let's see. That mimic's worth a bunch of XPs, but I'm not really going to go after him. I'm going to go after this jailer over here. Inside there's a lycanthrope. He's going to jump out at you. There's nothing else in that area that's worth anything. So right in there, I don't know if you could see her, that's Carla. We could try to open that, but it's not going to let us because we don't have the right key yet. Let's grab this ember right here. And we're going to run into our first gargoyle. Now this down here is the Profane Capital, so we're headed that way next. This over here is a soul item. So once we start crossing that bridge, that gargoyle is going to come over here. So if you have any weapons that are fire-based, it's probably not a good idea to use them. So gargoyles are kind of immune to fire weapons. They've got a lot of resistances in terms of like physical and fire based. Now, when they're like this, it's not a good idea to go swinging on them because they take very little damage when you hit them on their wings. The wings act as shields, so you'll have to wait till they do that. I didn't drop anything. He could drop his weapons. So that lance, and there's another one, the Gargoyle Flame Hammer. They can drop those. It's kind of a rare drop. But Flame Hammer is pretty nice. I never used the lance. Flame Hammer is kind of one of those things. It's like if you're looking for a fire damage infliction weapon, it's a pretty nice choice. Personally, I like the Demon's Great Axe instead. But it's all up to preference. One of the things about Dark Souls is that you can rock a very simple weapon and get through the entire game. So like Dark Souls 1, I played with the Claymore and the Zweihander, and you get those weapons fairly early, especially the Zweihander. Let's see, we've got the collapse. This is, if you're a Dark Souls 2 fan, this is Laddersmith Gilligan. He decided to come down to the Profane Capital and make a bunch of ladders, and, well, didn't work out well for him. So we got an Undead Bone Shard off of him. So what we're going to do really quick is we're going to pop back over to Firelink, cash in this Undead Bone Shard. We're going to turn in those ashes and the Profane Coal, just to get all that out of the way. So when we get back, I'm gonna go stop by and visit Grey Rat to see if he's got any of those Dragon Slayer Great Arrows. I think I can equip the Dragon Slayer Great Bow. Let's see, where is it? 2020. Yeah, I can equip that thing. So I'm going to be using that. We're going to have some cheesy goodness in this episode, probably. So if I can get to where I want to get to, we're going to be able to cheese this one dude. And it's better to have the Dragon Slayer Great Arrows.
Well, Matt, tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
We're going to turn this coal in.
Lords, where did you happen upon this coal? This is much too dark. I see the abyss in it. Yet a smith I remain. I won't turn down a request. But forget not, your fight is for the flame and for your fellow kin, just like mine. A cursed fate this may be, but hope remains, does it not?
So he's worried that we'll fall into the darkness.
Be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
So we don't ever have to worry about like any kind of abyssal corruption, but in some cases there is a precedent for it, like Artorias.
Ah, well met, Asher. How may I?
So Artorias fell to the abyss and became corrupt and turned into a monster. So he's warning us against that, but we don't ever have to worry about it because we can use dark magic and hexes and dark pyromancies, and it doesn't really affect us because there's no like karma system in this game.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Well, let's see what she's got here. I believe it's just like the Xanthus outfit that, Yellowfinger Heisel wore. Let's see, these are the Oni Slayer Great Arrows. Let's see what else we got here. This is Xanthus. We got Smo's armor here. So now we have Smo's weapons. We can use. We can be a fatty if we want to and be Smo, but that's subjective. It's up to you if you want to do it. If you want to be nice and thick, you can be Smo in your cosplay, or you could wait until the Ring City DLC content. You would be a Herald Knight. They're pretty thick too. But other than that, doesn't look like there's a whole lot here. Large Titanites, a bunch of other stuff. Nothing really.
One, be sure to bring more souls.
Okay, let's go hang out with Grey Rat over here.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part, huh?
So let's see, do you have the arrows? Yeah, you do, cool. Let's see, it's a lot of souls to go for 32, but we're going to do it because we're going to use these a lot.
Goodbye. And stay safe. Oh, this place is a...
See, I'm all about the cheesy life, so what we're going to do with that is we're going to start cheesing stuff. We've never really talked to Hawkwood. Hawkwood is,
Another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And it'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we are talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
yeah, Hawkwood is kind of a misery chick in a male body.
What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends, those who would link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Ooh, yet to give in, eh?
Dude, I've already killed 2 Lords of Cinder.
Firekeeper must be twitching with delight. But what do you really know about these Lords of Cinder, these supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one.
Oh, you mean the guy I smacked down in 5 minutes?
Barbaric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such is a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
I don't know, Hawkwood. You sit there laughing after I killed that dude. You know, Abyss Watchers too. Come on, man.
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the undead settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it.
Been there, done that, Hawkwood.
You haven't given up yet? Then you're a brasher lad than I thought. You can make better use of this.
It's a nice heavy gem.
I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop.
Yeah, Hawkwood used to be one of the Farron's Abyss Watchers.
The Undead Legion of Farron is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the Abyss. The Legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure. Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls.
Man, you're a real downer, aren't you, Hawkwood?
You oft the Lords of Cinder.
Wow,
the
you're
undead
you're
legion.
smart, Hawkwood.
So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Apparently.
I failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place.
Get the Farron ring.
I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Yeah, that's kind of all he has to say. We've pretty much run through most of his dialogue. The only time you really get more is after the Path of the Dragon. So what'll happen is you go to Archdragon Peak and you get the Twinkling Dragon Stones. So he'll get one, you'll get the other, and he'll challenge you to a fight at the Abyss Watcher's bonfire area. If you kill him, you get his stone. If he kills you, he takes yours. If you go back and kill him, you'll get both back. So it's not really much of an item. You know, you get to turn into a dragon and then do some stuff. But it's kind of Bloodborne-esque, and it doesn't really work out very well. So we're not going to bother with most of that. We'll do it. That part of the quest is going to be, you know, part of our game. But it's not really something that is necessary, and frankly, it's kind of a waste of time. But I like doing it anyway, just to complete the quest. But looking at the time here, we're at 28 minutes. I'd hope to get into the Profane Capital a little bit more, but we're going to do that next time. So until then, I bid you all safe travels, and we'll be back again next time for more low-sodium game time. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.